lies will be exposed.
Now, I don't know what to make of this, but this is a full-blown meltdown. CNN versus Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary for saying Kamala Harris was not democratically elected. That's what all the liberals are doing right now. What's up? Hold on.
Your mic peaked out when you screamed.
Oh.
You're peeking out again.
I am? Again?
Yeah, you do. That's better. You have sensitive noise levels on your Shure.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, CNN is having a full-blown meltdown. I mean, it is funny to me. So who do you root for? Who do you root for? Do you root for Kevin O'Leary?
Cthulhu? I always root for Cthulhu. The Grim Reaper?
No, I trust in the Emperor. But this was just given to me. So, folks, if you want to see a full-blown meltdown, this is what it looks like. CNN versus Kevin O'Leary.
I would like to introduce the concept of the panel tonight. It's going to be a short dissertation, but I want you to think about this because I watched like you did yesterday, and something hit me pretty hard.
Something hit you pretty hard. Maybe it was a bag of shit from one of your workers.
90 days ago, Pelosi went to Biden and said, you need to step aside, and convinced him to do so. He made the decision, and he did actually ask her, and we've now learned this, is she the right person to drive this home? He questioned that. He could have said, we need to run a process in order for me to make this move. But they decided not to. I don't know who they is. Was it Obama? Was it Pelosi? I don't care who it was. In stock picking, just listen to this analogy. And you may agree, you may not. 88% of managers, because of the world I live in, cannot beat the S&P year in, year out. So you give them $1,000, the S&P beats them. They can't pick stocks. This is the second time the Democratic Party has circumvented democracy and chose. That's not true. Yes, it is. Hillary.
That is correction, Kevin. It's been like that all the time, but
actually,
okay,
it's like the third at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Third, well,
because I know they did that. They did that with Hillary. They did it with Joe Biden. Certainly anointed. He was fifth place. They scared the hell out of everyone and told everyone to quit.
Yeah, exactly.
Hillary Clinton was chosen, and she had Bruce Springsteen too. And what happened to her? And now we've chosen.
Kevin, Hillary Clinton won a primary. Okay.
What? Kevin, she won a primary. Hey, folks, did Hillary Clinton win her primary, or was it rigged for her? Type 1 she won because it was her turn. Type 2, no, man, that was rigged. What are you talking about? Don't ask a silly question, you silly goose. 192 will be in the chat.
Okay. She won a primary. You may not.
Nobody could compete with her, even Bernie Sanders.
She won a primary.
Okay.
First of all, that's the first
thing.
So
did Kamala Harris win a primary?
Listen, we've talked about this before.
What's wrong about talking about it tonight after what you just saw?
Do you think that's really what matters to voters?
Right now.
How many Democrats wish?
Your whole shtick is
No. Did Kamala Harris win a primary? Folks, Kamala Harris didn't make it to the first primary state. And Tulsi Gabbard destroyed her not once but twice. But also, Kamala had to be picked over Klobuchar because Klobuchar had some scandals surrounding her around the George Floyd protests, okay? That's why we didn't get Klobuchar. That's why we got Kamala. Kamala started off with a bang and ended up like a fart in the wind. That's what happened. Did anybody vote for Kamala? The answer is no. Indy, how'd you feel about Kamala? Which that's a quick nope.
Nope. Nobody voted for her. Nope.
Okay. All right. See, that's funny. But also, once again, I here at Hardlands Media, till the day I die, I will curse Willie Brown and Montel Williams. Till the day I die, I will curse you two for bringing us the curse of Kamala.
Hang on a second.
Let's talk about what matters to voters. Do you really think voters care about the internecine primary process?
If you're a Democrat, you sure as hell care today.
I know that you are from Canada, but the primary process.
That's right.
Oh, dude, they brought out the Canada card. Oh man, hold
Wait,
on,
Canada actually elects their leaders, so he would know.
Yeah. I mean, there is a primary process. Like, I know you're from Canada. I know you're from Canada. I know you're from Canada. But there's things that we do things differently here because we're in America. Well, see, at least Canada actually has options. You can actually vote for more than just one political party. You actually have the choice. Surprisingly, you have the choice of actually, picking, somebody or a party that represents your values, and not just a two-party system all the time, every time. Let's play it again.
Voters
Voters,
now.
your
How
whole shtick is-
many Democrats wish?
Your
Hold on.
whole shtick has
Hang
been,
on a second.
let's talk about what matters to voters. Do you really think voters care about the internecine primary
If-
process?
If you're a
of the
Democrat,
Party?
You mean
sure
that?
as hell
Wait,
care
stop,
today.
stop,
I know
pause.
that you are-
Wait,
Do
wait,
voters
wait.
really care? Do voters really care that they didn't actually choose the candidate that they have to go vote for in the?
I was
in
there at the
November?
DNC. I was there at the DNC convention, and
They don't.
I'm going to speak on the behalf of my colleague Daniel, Jimmy Dore, who was there, Russell from Due Dissidence. I know Nick and Rome from RBN were there. And I'm going to speak on behalf of all of us, and that is the people inside the DNC convention did not give a damn. The people outside did, and I'm going to make a controversial argument here. There were more people outside the DNC convention than inside the DNC convention. But I think it's very clear that the Democrats, the voters who are participating, diehard vote blue no matter who people, don't really care, but you should care. Hold on, let's play this.
Today,
I know that you are from Canada, but the primary process.
that's why it's.
That's right. Hold on. We got to do this.
CNN is just insufferable. I'm sorry, man. Shit's insufferable.
Oof, oof, oof.
Yeah. Also CNN.
Yes, also CNN.
process in this
I have no
country
skin in the game
is
other
not
than
in
to
the
get a great
Constitution.
president.
It's not in the Constitution. The political parties can choose however they want to choose their nominee.
Right.
And as long as they meet the legal deadlines in the states where they are on the ballot, they can do it however they
Yeah,
want.
but I
They
just
can
want to
decide
be
in December
transparent.
2023.
Yes, I was
They
born
can
in
decide
Canada,
in
but
December 2023
just-
to just handpick
yeah.
somebody.
Just to
They don't
be
even have to have a
transparent,
primary.
I was born in
It's just
Canada.
not a
It's a
thing.
Democratic Party
It's not a
process,
thing.
not a Democratic.
No, but my kids were born and raised in Boston. All my investments in the United States. I want the president, whoever it is, to be
You're
a winner.
describing something as undemocratic that has absolutely nothing to do with the
Right.
democratic
And this
process.
Wait, hold on. You got me defending Kevin O'Leary here for a second. What the hell? Oh my God, I'm going to vomit in my brain. But he's right. You do want to pick a person who's a winner. You do want to have a free and open primary.
They don't have one. They don't
And-
have one.
Yeah, exactly. And controversial statement 3, 2, 1. The Republican primary has been more Democratic than the Democratic primary because the Democratic primary has super delegates and special interests. And yes, the Republican primary has that too. They don't have super delegates. And at the end of the day, it was the voters in the Republican primary to pick who they wanted. And in an ideal situation, you do want to have a strong winner. The Democratic primary does not encourage it. And yet you have someone on CNN saying, well, that's not Democratic. That's not Democratic. So if you're still a vote blue no matter who person, CNN's telling you right now, live on air, and Kevin O'Leary, of all people, saying, hey, that's kind of wrong. What kind of timeline are we in where Kevin O'Leary saying, yeah, well, that's not right. That's not good. They should change it a little bit. Now, that doesn't make him no freaking saint, but in comparison to CNN, which is supposed to be an authoritative news source that the big social media networks support their algorithm and say that they're authoritative, are saying, well, that's not democratic. So in other words, you, the voters, don't matter in the Democratic primary. You don't count. I had to get that off my chest. I had to yell. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Save
man,
me the fuck for that.
I wrote an article August 1st called "So everybody's just going to go along. We're all just going to go along, huh?"
Yeah.
That's what we've done. Everybody's just kind of got along. And
Indy. Let me introduce
It's
you to my
cringe.
friend. Let me introduce you to my friend. Political police, Commissar Hans. You will follow orders and go along, Indy. Why don't you fall in line and obey the orders? That's just how it is. It's just how it is, and we're all going to go along with it. Well, actually, I'm not going along with it because I'm not a Democratic voter. I learned my lesson after 2020. Boy, oh boy, did I learn my lesson after that was that cuck Bernie Sanders who let them walk all over him. So the thing is, and Kevin's wrong about this, it's not just twice, it's 3 times. But I can make the argument it's been ongoing for quite some time with the Democratic Party. And yes, you could argue with Republican primaries too, because we don't really have clear election integrity in this country. We don't. But notice how quick CNN was jumping to attack Kevin. because he had the audacity to ask a question like, "Hey, do you guys have a primary? Do you have that? Do we have that, Bueller? So
right, he asked the question: how many votes did she get in the 2024 primary? And they don't want to answer it because they all know what the answer is, and it's embarrassing. The answer is zero.
No,
zero. It's zero.
No, it's not. It's not. You're wrong. It's negative 0.0%. That's a number that doesn't even exist.
Okay.
There we go. See, you dropped 0, and I said no, negative 0.0%.
Deal.
Kit, that's not even real. Of course not. Just like all of Kamala Harris supporters. Oh, that was mean. I shouldn't have said that. You know what? I deserve this. I deserve this because that's what you call an oof right there.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
CNN never disappoints. See, I promised everybody I saved the best for last. Where of all people, Kevin O'Leary is one saying, "Hey, this is wrong. How many votes did Kamala get?" And no one wants to answer. CNN had a full-blown meltdown. The whole panel went after him to yell at him, to talk down to him, to disrespect him, which says a lot about the entire institution of media. And the thing is, they would be doing the same thing to him if he was on MSNBC or ABC or CBS. But I know about it firsthand because whenever we bring it up, we get attacked on social media. We've been yelled down to. Indy, any other final thoughts for this?
Well, he's more successful and wealthier than they are. He's built businesses. He's a total asshole.
Yeah.
But he's been successful not because he's wrong. All right. In the business world, you don't fail upwards. That only happens in politics and entertainment. All right. But in the business world, you don't fail upwards.
Mm-hmm.
And
exactly.
He's pointing out the most obvious thing, and they just don't know how to handle it. And he's awful too. Look, I am no fan of Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, whatever. I used to actually like that show Shark Tank, and look, he plays the heel, he plays the Simon Cowell asshole. But all the hosts, they're all multi-millionaires, if not billionaires. I mean, super wealthy. This guy doesn't have to be on TV. He's there to secure his investments. That's all he's there for.
Exactly. But that's just what we have here. And it's another prime example about why the media is or has to be taken apart. And again, CNN, this is why people didn't support your oh so fantastic CNN Plus streaming service. I mean, that's just how things play. And by the way, I want to pull up one other thing here too, because the meltdown did continue on, Indy. It did continue on because there was another part of the conversation that took place here. That talks about the economy.
I don't see it, Kit.
Oh, oops. I'm sorry. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and put it up here. Sorry about that.
I'm planning on doing, and can he articulate
Well,
it?
to me, I think it's a great question, and it needs to be fleshed out. I think we should probably play the clip, though, of Harris from the Chicago Economic Club do we not have it? Because she didn't show up to talk. So here's what I think. He's going to extend the tax cuts. He's going to rein in the federal government and the overburdensome regulatory state, which he can now do because of the Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. And he's going to take on these countries that screw American workers. That's the plan. And by the way, he's going to crack down on immigration to the benefit of American workers.
He's going to deport 20 million people, the people who pick your crops, the people who process your meat, the people who, care for.
Careful there, CNN.
Joe Biden deported more people than Donald Trump.
Yes.
I believe so did Barack Obama. But
yes,
okay.
So take that, Trump. Take that, Trump. The Democrats are baiting you. Which, by the way, again, I also want to pull this out here. CNN, you got to be careful because you're saying, yes, we don't want to deport the peasants who get our food. We don't want to be overburdened by this. Are you certain about that, CNN? Because you got to find some better choice of words, CNN.
For your grandmother, the people who serve all sorts of critical functions in this country, yeah, he's going to deport a lot of people, and that's going to worsen the economy. In fact, there have been, I don't know, like a dozen different independent economic analyses from, again, independent economic analyses from Goldman Sachs, AEI, Brookings,
Independent,
Nomura,
independent,
Peterson
independent.
Institute, like all
Corporate
of them
captured, independent, independent. Brookings,
Yes.
Gitlib, Brookings.
Love
Huh?
them. They're all independent, man.
Everything's independent. Everything's independent because I say it is.
Exactly. And hold on. Jan Clement says, I need cheap labor for grandma. We need cheap labor.
Let me guess. Is the Heritage Foundation independent too?
Of course it's independent. It's
is the Feder-
independent.
is,
It's
is the
independent
Federalist
to tell you what to
Society? Ugh.
Your argument. If you want to run on more illegal immigration as a Democrat, go ahead. I just don't think it's going to work in the election.
He wants to deport 20. I'm not done with his. I know what his economic policy is because he has talked about it.
No, you don't.
He doesn't
Because you work for a shitlib organization. A Washington Post opinion columnist.
Washington Post. You know, hey, listen. Washington Post. You never fail to disappoint me, Washington Post, because no matter what, I will never forget when you guys did your little protest, your little also fantastic protest where you're saying everything's amazing. Hold on, I gotta go. Yes, thank you, Miguel H. This is why I love my audience, because you guys and gals never stop. You never stop impressing me. Because hey, never forget when the Washington Post did this.
Amazing. 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 Amazing.
Talked about it. He wants 10% global tariffs, which would worsen inflation. He wants to deport 20 million people, which would worsen inflation and reduce growth. He wants to politicize the Federal Reserve, which would worsen inflation. He wants to devalue the dollar, which would worsen inflation.
And after all that,
all of these things.
The American population wants that economy back. What do you say to that?
I say that we should be talking about what the policies are.
They're just too dumb.
She thinks they're dumb is what she should be saying, is what she's really saying, but she can't say that. She thinks they're dumb.
Not only that, I mean, this is how CNN views people, especially when it comes down to covering politics. But this meltdown from this panel is absolutely delicious to watch. It is a prime example of why we need to break away from corporate media, why we cannot trust these institutions, why we have to dismiss them for the hack frauds that they are, because no matter what we see, no matter what we get with corporate media, we always get all the same. And that is, they don't care about us, they don't like us, they don't respect us. And the thing is, even when you have some of their panelists get it right, especially when it comes down talking about Kamala Harris being anointed, CNN doesn't want to hear it. They don't want to hear the fact that their entire system and what they've been promoting has been nothing but one big old funny joke. And it is, for me, I think we should all have an agreement about it. You know, or is it like we should all really be looking more into about why we need to start looking at independent media as the true source of covering the news. And you know, I want to pull this up here. How do I feel about corporate media? How do I feel about it as an institution? Well, I gotta tell you, I think this lady captures it all. I haven't played her in a while.
For themselves, and then nobody owes you anything. So go out and earn what you want. Go out there and earn it. This bill flies in the face of all of that, and that's why I absolutely oppose every bit of it. And that's why I absolutely oppose every bit of it. All of that, and that's why I absolutely oppose every bit of it.
I told you we're gonna have some fun. Now, Indy, I don't know what happened to your camera. But before we do end this segment, I want everyone to understand this. Corporate media, keep on making me laugh. I'm loving this. I'm loving the meltdowns. And for one of the rare moments, I'm gonna have to agree. Yeah, Kevin, you're right. The Democratic primary process is one big joke. So there you go.
SWAT team took your neighbor today. Watch them as they walked him away. You told yourself extremists come in all different shapes. Met his eyes and lowered your gaze. Is it too late for us to ever change? We are collecting the dust of better days. They're always watching us, but we're never safe. We're not meant to be safe, not meant to escape. We aren't meant to wake. Sheriff stopped your daughter today. Pepper sprayed her twice in the face. He must have had good reason if he'd treat her that way. At least that's what they taught you to say. But is it too late for us to ever change? Once we're collecting the dust of better days, and they're always watching us, but we're never safe. We're not meant to feel safe, not meant to escape. We aren't meant to wake. Feds arrived and had you detained. Said you'd made some posts they want changed. Tased you till you felt like you'd forgotten your name, or life before they had you contained. Oh, life before they had you contained. SWAT team took your neighbor today.
All lies will be exposed.